a female barber, it's a lot easier for you to go ahead and do those things because more men are already, well, they're more open arms to
That's
greeting.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's also harder at the same time because
True.
making sure that I make sure.
Yeah, it's like you said, being around that many people, you know, like trying to be better than one person who's probably good at only one thing or two or things. You shutting off that horizon of other possibilities or other skill sets that you could possibly learn from the other 18 barbers that are there, just using our shop for capacity reasons, you know.
Yeah.
But other shops, you know, 5, 10 chairs, it don't matter. Still look at what everybody else is doing. It could be strictly cutting hair or just how professional they are, you know,
Yeah,
how they talk to their
absolutely.
clients, how they greet them, how they say goodbye, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. It's not also just, like I said, about tapering, fading line. Those are just like 30% of the money that you get for what you do. Everything else comes from how you present yourself, how you handle yourself, and how you treat the people that come into your chair. And like I said, with you being a female barber, it's a lot easier for you to go ahead and do those things because more men are already, well, they're more open arms to
That's
greeting.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's also harder at the same time because making sure that I make sure they don't cross that boundary and making sure that I don't let them think they could cross that boundary. So it's really hard because, you know, if I'm too friendly, then they're thinking that they're going to go home with more than a haircut.
Yeah,
so
facts.
I have to make sure that there's always boundaries and I don't be overly friendly, but they also know that I'm cool and that I'm welcoming. So
agree. I
feel like it's easier and harder for sure.
Yeah.
I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah, like, and then like I said, with I know like you having brothers and everything, yeah, it's more comfortable for you. But then there's the female barbers who all sisters, you know what I'm saying, or like nieces, aunties, whatever, or only child females, whatever case, or one or two brothers, that type of thing. And they never cut hair before. Their brothers might not let them cut their hair. Same thing. Like I see people go through that type of thing all the time. I get it, you know what I'm saying. But then say they keep going, they push through all that, and then they get into a shop, 15, 10 chairs, you know, and they scared to greet the client, you know, or because they don't know, because all of the reasons that you just stated, because they haven't been through it yet.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of like I want people like you to be in the shop more often, or be in the shop, because it's going to show others that it can be done a certain way.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
So that's why I've been trying to tell people, like, don't be discouraged. Just look around you and see what everybody else is doing, and you can take from those and add it into your own craft.
Yeah.
So like I said, the way you greet, everything's a piece. You know what I'm saying? All to one big puzzle, and we got a lot of it figured out, right?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like we do. I feel like our shop is super well-rounded, and I feel like for the most part, everybody's really good in every area with greeting the clients, and
most
I feel
definitely.
like we're super professional.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
There's always room for improvement, but at the end of the day, you always gotta look at what you're like really taking care of, and then, like, you know, always look for improvement. But I think that, like you said, we're all well-rounded. We all greet. We all know how to do our client consultation. We all know how to drape our clients and everything like that, break down the haircuts. And if for some who don't, or if we feel like we don't, there's always other open-handed barbers to be willing to give us a little game, you know, that type of thing. Like, that's another thing too I like about our shop. We have a lot of barbers who are experienced, who are willing to help the unexperienced or the ones who need some more improvement, without making them feel like they're not doing good enough or depreciating their work, you know. So I feel like that's another thing too. You also want to be around good energy barbers too. Just because a barber good don't mean they can be an asshole. That's another thing that I like to get out there too. You know, just because you good don't mean, you know, you can walk around like you carrying something, you know. Don't do all that, because there's always somebody who's better around the corner, and just because you don't know about them, mean they don't exist. So be mindful of those type of things, you know, especially with the newer barbers. Like I said, it's crazy how they handle things, you know.
The newer barbers?
Not our shop. I mean, in general.
Yeah.
The generation of newer barbers, they're good. They're really good. But
they're cocky?
That too. They're cocky, which is not a bad thing. Have your confidence. But like I said, be humble at the same time, and always be willing to take in the information that somebody's trying to give you. Because just because somebody's telling you something, that don't mean they're trying to tell you not good. They want you to be better.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why we're trying to tell people, like, like I said, just take a step back from yourself real quick and really see what you can improve on, because a lot of these barbers, they want to do the enhancements, they want to do the bald phase, the taper, the job phase. That's very common right now. It's popular. But then what about the people who want to do the regular comb over or the shadow fade?
So I've never used enhancements, Jay.
Oh yeah,
ever.
I know. I peeped.
And I see you, and I'm like, I think it's time for me to learn.
Yeah, I can teach you for real. Nah, don't get me wrong. I used to use them. Like I used to be type barber when I first started. I used to hate enhancements. I was the type of dude who didn't really know what he was doing, but I damn sure wasn't gonna try to get into some other shit.
And I used to be like that too, and now I'm realizing like some clients want it.
Exactly.
Even if you don't prefer, some clients request that they want it. So I mean, I used to be like, no enhancements, I'm not doing enhancements, but now I realize like, no, I was just being lazy. Like I need to step it up, and I need to learn, because that's just another step to what the clients might want, and that may be why some clients aren't going to me, because I don't do enhancements.
Exactly. So with that being said, to piggyback off of that, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't like doing enhancements, and I started doing them, but I didn't know how to really do them. But I wasn't willing to learn either. So then it got to a point where that's all I was doing was enhancements. Then I went to not doing them no more at all, because I thought I was doing too much. And then now I just pick and choose, or I realized some clients either don't go to me or stop going to me because I just wasn't doing enhancements. It didn't matter if the haircut looks perfectly fine without them. They still want it to be dark and crispy. So that's another thing too when it comes to enhancements. You want to make sure that you're reading your client and making sure that you're doing exactly what they want. So that's another reason why people like going to me.
Now, do you ask?
Yeah, you can. But what I'll do is I'll do the cut, do it naturally, or I'll point out the imperfections, like the thin spots, whatever the case may be, or receding hairlines.
Okay.
I'll point all that stuff out, and I'll ask them, like, I can make this look naturally dark. It's not going to be permanent, but I can make it look how you put out we want it to look. So then not only do I do the cut naturally beforehand, I'll show them that, and I'll show them what I can do to it after, and I'll show them after they like it. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell them how to take care of it. I'll tell them what it is, what it's not, because I still want to be able to educate my client on what it is that they're getting done, even if they don't really know what it is. So that's why it's very important for us to be more educated on what we're using, because it's not just fibers, it's not just dye, it's like certain things, certain brands, they last longer than others, so that's why it's very important that we focus on those.
So now, is there a specific brand, or do you like the fibers better than the dye, or?
I think that just depends on the barber and like how they apply it, because see, I can use any of them, but I like to break it down for certain clients. Some clients I'll only do fibers. Some clients I'll do fibers and dye. Sometimes I'll just do dye, You just
base it off of what you think is best.
Yeah, or like for the hair texture too, because not all textures of hair are blending well with, that type of thing.
Now, can you use fibers or dye on any texture hair?
Yeah, you can honestly do it on any texture hair if you have the right colors. You can't throw no black on no gray or white hair. Don't do that.
On a blonde guy.
Yeah, or that's another thing, guys. When I was 19 and I first started working for signatures, I threw some black fibers on a blonde comb over, and it looked hard as fuck. I liked it. It looked crispy, and he came back the next week or two.
Did he?
He did. I promise you, he did.
Really?
Now I don't cut his hair to this day, but there's a few clients where I look back at the haircuts and I'm like, damn, you still doing to me? Like, hey, all right, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I keep trying to get better and better. Yeah. So like when I look back at my old work and I see that a lot of these people I'm still cutting, it makes me want to look out for them even more. I'm like, damn, you was really riding with me through the rough road, man, through the bumpy road.
I have clients like that too. Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, are they just going to me because I'm a female, or are they really rocking with me?
You can cut.
Oh, I mean, I feel like I can.
You can cut. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure some barbers probably thought that, like, oh, they probably doing it because she a girl.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, we start looking, and I'm paying attention. I'm like, nah, she really know how to cut. Like, I've seen nothing to the ball phase you be doing, all that type of stuff.
I didn't want to just be looks. I want to make sure people really going to me for a cut.
Yeah, facts.
And so I didn't used to do designs, like you said, and then I was like, I'm cutting myself short. Like, I used to draw in high school. What's stopping me from trying to rock a design on someone's head?
Exactly.
So I just started testing myself. Don't get me wrong. There's designs that didn't come out the way I thought. I think one of them you might have helped me with at the beginning when I first started working there. I was like, I need your help. He wanted me to freestyle a design.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You do?
Damn, that was a long time ago.
It was, and I didn't know what I was doing at all. I had no idea. I was kind of just, he told me to freestyle something. I think I did a few lines, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
All right, so let me ask you this then. So, like, as a female barber, like, where would you say your confidence level was at when you were first starting to get into designs, and then, or especially now trying to get into enhancements. Like, what would you say you're at with that? Or what's your approach?
My confidence level with designs when I first started was probably like a 2. I wasn't confident at all, to be honest. Like, I would even cringe as they were kind of walking out, like, I hope nobody knows I did that. But as I went on, like, now I do a design and I'm kind of looking around to see if anybody's peeping it, because I'm like, I just did my shit.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta. That's the type of energy you gotta have for sure. You gotta make, like, you want it to be seen, even if it's like the best. You want to be able to know that people are like looking at it. It's there you go.
Like, wow, she actually did her thing.
Exactly.
But as far as like, you know, the fibers and the dyes, I'm still pretty intimidated. Like, I see you guys all doing it and I'm interested. Like I said, I don't want to cut myself short and I don't want to not learn, because I feel like to be one of the better ones, you got to know everything. You got to at least test yourself in every area.
Exactly.
So
it doesn't hurt to know, basically.
Exactly. I've definitely like used my neighbor's fibers before just to try it out, but it's definitely probably a class or something I'm gonna need to take. You need to have one of these classes.
Oh yeah, it's coming for sure. We're definitely trying to put that together for a lot of you guys, because they be asking me, they want to learn how to do designs and the enhancements and everything. Because me, I don't have every type of variation of enhancements or color, but I already know that once I get my hands on it, you guys are gonna see a lot of things that I'm capable of doing. You're gonna see what I have to be thinking about in my head. So that's another thing too. When I'm looking at haircuts or anybody that's cutting hair at all, you get to see how they look at things through their eyes.
You're creative. You're super creative, because you can just like not even. They can ask you for a design, you're just whipping something up immediately. That shocks me. I'm still not confident in that area. You know, sometimes I got to look up ideas and stuff like that. So when it comes to creativity, I'm gonna give you that 100%, because you rocking with that.
I appreciate you.
Sure.
I appreciate you. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I surprised myself, because like a couple years ago, I mean, I've always been able to do designs, but freestyling is honestly one thing that I honestly didn't really understand how people were able to do it, because I was just like, how do you just know what to do in that area with that amount of creativity? You know what I'm saying? All that design work and everything. But so even now when I be doing stuff, I'd be like, damn, I don't even know how I did that. I just did it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even think about it. I just, like, once you memorize lines and shapes and placement, it all just, like, it just all adds together. All of it
flows together in your mind.
Exactly. And you just got to be able to put all the pieces together, like I said. It's all a big-ass puzzle. You just have to know the pieces to put together, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't even know, honestly. I just really just used to draw in high school, used to paint, all that type of stuff. So I just incorporate that. I'm like, what stopped me from doing that on haircuts? Same thing with tattoos. So it's the same thing. Like, I literally said, what stopped me from taking this to the next level, from paper to hair to skin, you know?
Yeah.
And that's when you just start opening up everything, and you're able to be like, okay, now I can go do this. Like, for instance, I got people, they're like, I want to braid now. I know I do this, but I want to braid now. That's another form of art to me. Doing dreads, all that type of stuff. So doing nails, you know, like you can really conquer that whole industry field right there if you can do everything for grooming wise and hair care services. You know how to do all that type of stuff. Then you have your one-stop shop for everything.
So now, are you comfortable cutting women's hair?
I'd say 50%. I say that because I don't want to.
I ain't hating on you, because I'm not either. I'm just asking.
No, I say 50% because I know that I can do certain cuts easily, but then when it comes to layering and doing all that type of stuff, I'm not fully comfortable yet, you know, but I'm willing to learn this stuff. I know how to do the curling. I know how to do all that type of stuff, but I still like, I want to be more comfortable, but at the same time, I don't want the person that I'm doing the haircut to be uncomfortable, you know?
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I want to make sure I also conquer.
I noticed that being a female barber, if a woman comes to our door and asks for a haircut, I noticed that the receptionist always asks me, and I'm like, I think they think because I'm a female, I can do this.
That's another thing. Well, the other female barbers we had, the other ones that have been in there longer than you, they, well, I know one of them for sure can definitely do longer haircuts. The other one I haven't really seen.
Erin's the shit.
She can do them too?
She can do them.
Okay, so then.
Erin's bomb.
My bad, Erin. I ain't doubting you. You're one of my favorite barbers. But I just want to let you know that I ain't seen it, you know what I'm saying? But I believe it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, she does some of the best head shaves and beard liners I've seen, and even fades too. That's another thing too. I be trying to tell these other young barbers, I think they're doing some. They don't even know they good.
I think those female barbers get looked past sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Erin's dope. Like, you're dope too. But Erin, especially she's smaller too. Like I said, like people try to overlook her, and then they see her bust out a nice bald shave, and a nice beard lineup with the enhancements and everything, and then now they want to book with her.
Yeah,
you know, I even tell my ball clients, go to Erin. Like, I can do it, but go to Erin. You don't love what she do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like how she breaks everything down too.
Yeah.
But that's another thing too. Females pay more attention to detail more than men think. You guys are way more careful, more precise, especially when you know exactly what you're doing. You're way more precise with things. So that's why I feel like females would be like looked at a lot more, you know, more acknowledgement.
I don't even think we want to be considered a female barber.
Exactly.
We just want to be considered a barber.
Exactly.
This is what we went to school for, and this is our profession. We don't want to be known as the female barber.
Exactly.
No, we just a barber.
Exactly.
We do exactly what all
they're just
these
barbers.
guys in here do.
They're just barbers, y'all. So I better not ever hear you say female in front of barber again. It's just a barber. She's a barber, y'all.
I'm a barber.
But where else do you see yourself in the long run with barber? Are you trying to like open up businesses? Are you trying to like have salons? What you trying to do?
I mean, yeah, in the future, I foresee like me opening up a shop. I'm not in a rush to do it. I feel like I want to wait until I'm 100% confident in everything I'm doing in the barbershop. I also kind of want to wait until I'm not ready to cut anymore. I feel like if I open a shop, I want people working for me. I don't want to be cutting anymore. And right now, I love my job. I love to cut hair daily. It's my passion. So I'm not ready for that. I do plan on, coming out with a few things. I have some things.
Oh, some products?
Yeah, I got some products that I'm going to be coming out with pretty soon.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get, it's like a dread and a braid pomade. It's going to be for all types of hair, so you can style.
Okay, y'all hear that? Entrepreneur right here.
Yeah, you know so I'm going to be trying to come out with my own few things,
That's good.
But I still want to be in the shop cutting. I love where I'm at. I love Signatures. I'm comfortable there. I love the people. So right now I'm going to stay put, just keep getting better, working on myself.
Yeah, I hear that. So basically what I want to say too is one thing I really caught on to that I stuck is passion. So if you don't have a passion for this, then honestly, you're not going to be willing to go through what we all go through for our success, because that's what pushes us at the end of the day, whether we have a bad day on Monday and the next day we have a great day on Tuesday. Passion is what we're going to push you all the way to Sunday, and I mean, like, okay, after that whole week, you're going to do it all over again. So when you have a passion for things, you're willing to overcome things, and you're willing to figure it out on the other side of the hill. So with that being said, I want to thank you for being here with us. Stay sharp cuts.
Thank you.
And I appreciate the knowledge that she was giving me as well from your personal point of view. And I want to be able to share that with other people. So thank you again.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Deuces.